Hello, like this, hello, and welcome to Gannen's quick tutorial on toggling objects on Avatars 3.0. I'm not going to describe all the little details. I am just going to quickly walk you through what you need the most to actually get there to toggle objects. So let's get started. So I already placed in the avatar and placed everything on there, what's needed. For instance, the bones and the SDK and the Poyomi, this one needs, yes. And I already even put in the object that I want to toggle, just for the test this time. It's all, the avatar is free, the item is free, the object that is, and I just made this for the tutorial. I also made a folder called tutorial where I will put my files in. Yeah, so let's get started. When you place on the object on the avatar, make sure that everything works as it is. So just go into the VRChat SDK and we already have a failure here. You see, you should just fix it. And now you know that you could upload it at least. So I'm not going to test it because I'm pretty certain it's going to work. So let's get down to it. I basically place the hat on the head because it needs to move with the head, because it's on the head. Yep. So it's visible now, but to actually make it work, we have to go and click here to make it invisible. So deactivate the object, and I would close this and press Ctrl D on the avatar to duplicate it. And on the tutorial folder, we will make an animation controller. Let's call it test. It's just a temporary file. You can actually delete it afterwards. It's not actually needed. So to actually animate the object, we have to put it on the in the second avatar. But before that, let me just disable the first avatar so that we don't make a mistake or something. So the second avatar, we pull this file into the animator controller, like this. We need now create animation, and let's say top hat on. Easy. And click on the second avatar again. We click on the test. Let's zoom in so that we see what we are doing. We will first pull this top hat on in here, and it will it will connect automatically. And that means when we go into the animator now, we see that the project is here. Yeah, don't know how to describe it properly, but let's move on. You go to add a property, and you find your top hat where you put it, or whatever you are using. I put it here in armature, hips, spine, chest, neck, head, and it should be on the bottom here, top hat, as you can see. And there is something called is active. So we basically put this is active onto the animation like this. So and we click, of course, yes, as in this square. We check that yeah, it's active. We don't need this this long delete the second one, click on the first one, yeah, it's active on it. We click Control D as in Control C, then we move one frame forward and Control V, so that yeah, we duplicate it. We click on here and there to see if everything works, yeah, and it's active. We can also like preview it here if you don't have it, and you see that the top head is active. And don't worry about that it's crouching like this, it always does it like that. So let's go to project, and now that top hat on is made, so we don't need it here in animation anymore, so we just delete it. How we make it that it's unactive? We just duplicate this object and rename it as off, like that. We also pull it in, then we go to animator, animation that is, and when this happens, don't worry, just click on the second avatar again, so that you can see this again, and disable this. And click on here, click on the second one, click over here. Sometimes it does work quite strange. Ah, see? You just click, and it's active here. That would have messed up everything. I sometimes just went to the squares, disabled it, as in, yeah, disabled it, and that wasn't enough. It didn't want to deactivate for some reason, and finding this part was kind of stressful. So just click around until you find this, and now you can see that it's unactive in the preview. Yeah. So this is also done. We go to project and delete it from here. With this, we can actually delete the second avatar, because we don't need it, and we activate the first one, like that. Now you go into the descriptor, avatar descriptor, and you should move to params, so parameters, that is. Yourself, like create, and VRchat, avatars, and parameters, and also the expressions menu you can create. We need both of them. So, and I will explain the expressions menu in a bit. So let's go first to params that we are using. This avatar has, because it has some toggle objects already on it, and what I'm basically doing now is adding my own to it. So let's call this toggle top hat, like that. And make sure that you copy this, because it's very key sensitive. If you mistype it in the next parts, it won't work. So, enter. Yes. We go into let's just go to the avatar again, and we go to the menu, and you can see here that it already has some pre-made, like the ear puppet, tail puppet, toggle code, toggle color, and you can see that it doesn't have a parameter, but we will use that because this is a whole menu, and the one that has the parameter for this, for the emotes and stuff, is probably here, and so on. So what we'll do, we add our own submenu. Yeah. So we call this toggle custom objects. You don't have an icon, you can put in if you want, you can put in any image, it will resize when you before you upload, it requires it, and we call this then submenu. And now we actually have to create, And let's just do it here. Create VRChat avatars expressions menu and call it custom, or just call it yes, custom toggles. And in custom toggles we will put add controller. Yeah, it's active on this avatar, so that's right. Name, let's call this toggle head. You can put a toggle. So let's just go Control V, toggle top head, just as we called it in the parameters. I don't think it's required. You can name it any way you want, but this is fine for now for me. Let's say toggle. This has to be a toggle because this is actually the thing that you click on to toggle it in the game. And what we wrote into parameters is here. Toggle top hat int. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also wanted to say make sure that it's an int and not a float, if I believe so. And value is 1 toggle top hat. Like I will go back here what I mean. Like make sure that toggle top hat is int. It means it's basically for the object and not like a color scheme or something like this. I'm not even 100% certain of this, but I know for a fact it has to be int. Watch out for this. So then, this is done. Custom toggle. The thing is, we need to bind this to the menu so that it actually works. So, and we go to the menu, and we made this toggle custom object, and we pull in the custom toggle file what we made right here, so that now it actually should show up in the game if we upload it like this. But it doesn't work yet because we haven't hooked it up. And how do we hook it up? We go to the avatar. Again, that's the easiest, and we go to the fx file. And in here, 3.0, you can put in the parameter that we also made. It doesn't show up here automatically, so and it's an int file. Again, watch out for this. And this is the key sensitive part. That's why we copied in the parameters itself. So we just type Control V, toggle top hat. It has to be same name as in parameters. Watch out. Layers, also do the same, and set this thing weight to max. There we go. Now we go to the files that we actually made, the animation files, and that's in tutorial. And we first pull in the top hat off, and it automatically binds here. And then we put in the top hat on. We then make a transition from off to on and from on to off. Then we click on the arrow that's between. It has no exit time. We click that off. We don't need it because it's a toggle. And add here. On the bottom it should say the one that you entered in parameters. So toggle top hat equals 1. And on the other arrow, also has no exit time, add toggle top hat not equals 1. 1 is the value that we seen in the menu. Like I'll show you just in case. I'll save this for now, like that. this should be actually working now if I upload it, but I want to show what is this value, just really briefly, so that you understand. You can do then more stuff with it, I guess, afterwards. Yes, let's go to the menu and a custom toggle, and here you have the value 1. Yeah, it should always, if you put in more of these, it should also be value 1. That's how it works. It's just yeah, um, it's just it's just as what it is. You can just read about it on the VRchat website, like what exactly does these values mean. Different numbers mean different stuff, like I think gestures and stuff like this. And this one is what we need for actually toggling the objects. So just use this. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty detail because I'm also not so well knowledgeable on this subject. But I did this a couple of times and it works, so let us upload the avatar as a test. So we come here, there's no nothing amiss, so let's build and test it. So yeah, this should be relatively quick. In the meantime, I will place it. As in, no, I will show you the whole thing, how it is. It should be almost done, yes. So, there we go, test avatar built, it's online. So let us go into the game and let us continue. So if I go into the actually let me disable the streaming camera. Looks fine. So go into avatar and it should be down here. Theo, find the there's this avatar. And now you go into the menu, go into expressions, and toggle custom objects here. That's what we need. And toggle top hat. Yay! It worked! Now all we need to do, so it's moving. It shouldn't move like this. But yeah, it's just where I placed it. The main point is that it's working. So it's probably has just some script on it that makes it move like this, I think. It's kind of funny though. Well, you just have to look at the object, like what did you put, what does it have on it, or which part of the body you place it on, and it should be fine. Thank you for this. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope it helps. And if you have any questions, just ask them in the comment section, and I will answer if I can. All right. Bye, guys.